Hey guys, it's Dalmatian Productions here bringing you guys another video. Now this video is going to be talking about the Adobe Flash Player. Now if you guys don't know, next month, December 30th, 2020, Adobe Flash Player will no longer be available to download. It will basically be removed from browsers um, and Microsoft will also be removing it from the entire operating system in 2021. Now, I'm going to actually explain to you guys what Adobe Flash Player was, and I'm actually going to go a little bit of a history of it. So, if you guys don't know, Adobe Flash Player is a very old technology. It's a very old plugin. It was released in 1996, so yeah, that's very old. It was a long time ago before I was even born. So for anybody who is wondering, Adobe Flash Player will be shutting down next month in December. So now pretty much what's left that uses Flash Player is games that require it. So about 1% of websites still use Flash Player, and not many websites use them anymore. Now, I'm going to just go back a little bit to just tell you guys what happened and back to the history of Flash Player. So Flash Player was released in 1996, and it used to be one of the most popular plugins of all time, especially in the 2000s. But then we had HTML5 that came out in 2014. So Adobe Flash Player was really popular up until when HTML5 was released, and a lot of websites were starting to move over to HTML5. And fun fact, you guys. So if you guys don't know, YouTube years ago used to require Flash Player. If you guys remember, in the early days of the platform, the website used to have you download Adobe Flash Player and have it installed so you can get YouTube to load. Well, YouTube about a year later, I think it was 2015, I think is when they switched over to HTML5. So, and then that's when Adobe Flash Player started to decline a lot. And if you guys don't know, in 2017, I actually made a video on this at the time it was announced. I didn't have any audio because it was done in the early morning. So Flash Player was announced. Adobe actually announced that Flash Player was going to be shutting down at the end of 2020. So that was about 3 years from when I made that video. And then so we have about less than a month left for Adobe Flash Player to be around, and it'll be completely removed from the browsers and from the operating system. So another reason that Flash Player isn't used anymore is because of how many vulnerabilities it had. So if you guys don't know, Adobe Flash Player had a lot of vulnerabilities. Even when after it got updated from time to time, it always had vulnerabilities, like a lot of exploits that people were using, especially with hackers that were trying to exploit it, and they pretty much exploit the program and stuff like that. So 99% of websites don't use Flash Player anymore, and if you guys remember, like I said, YouTube used to require it, and now they don't anymore. So we only have less than a month left before Adobe Flash Player is sunsetted, and it will no longer be available to download, and it will no longer be safe to use anymore. So that is pretty much going to wrap up for this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Goodbye, everybody.